I feel like we are all here so that we can share our stories and share our experiences with each other, but it's been a couple of years until I got this footage out and even looked at it again to be able to put this together. But it has taken me a really long time to make this video, and I still don't know if I'm going to even upload it or not. If you're watching it, I probably uploaded it. And it's taken a really long time to make this video because we're so busy just trying to make everything perfect. Are you kidding? There's a car alarm? It's a really complicated story between me and my mother. I was adopted, and this is my birth mother. After years of therapy, I still was not prepared for this call.
So we got her in the hospital, and she was there for a few days, and they said there was nothing they could do for her, that the cancer had spread to her bones. And so they set the hospice up at our house. Like, she's got a bed and a chair and an oxygen machine, but she asked for you today.
Mom, can you hear me?
I can.
How are you? Well, it's good to hear your voice. I'm trying to figure out how I can see you. I love you.
I love you.
Is she in any discomfort?
I give her meds. They give her morphine for pain. They give her
Well, I'm sure she likes that.
yeah, she's okay. As far as pain, I check her like every 3 or 4 hours for pain. She's not eating very much. She's
Is there anybody that's there with her?
just me.
My mother's life was too big for her just to like disappear into the mystic without really ever even knowing who she is and why she was running and why she was hiding from me.
Hi, Mom. Hi. I'm looking up flights to see what I can find.
You're looking at what?
I'm looking up airline tickets to see what I can find.
Okay.
So let her get some rest, and also let her know that I'm also will take Marilyn Monroe to make sure that she's happy and safe too.
I will. I'll let her know.
Okay. I'm so shocked. I'm sorry.
I know.
She looks very different.
I'm sorry, honey.
It's okay.
I didn't want to meet you this way.
I know. But yeah, I know. I know.
So call me when you're coming this way. I have a car. I can come pick you up. Whatever you need, just call me, okay?
Okay, I have your number here, so I will call you when I figure out what I can do.
Okay, sweetheart.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
This is my mom. My mom, in all fantasy and delight, she would be the one that you would turn to ask a question like this, like, hey, Mom, how do I grieve this? What do I do? How do I process what I'm feeling? What am I supposed to say? What is the wrong thing to say? How can I make sure to fulfill her heart and make her feel everything that she's supposed to feel right in that moment? So I stood there, or I was just sitting there, completely in a mess because I'd already had... It's really windy outside. I feel like maybe that's her. Mom, stop the storm, please. I want to share my mother in the best light, but I also want to share the truth of who she is. And in order to do that, that means that I have to show my truth too. I have to show my everything from, messy house to a weird, to wearing sweats, to having no makeup, to crying, to snot coming out of my nose, to looking what is just disgusting in my mind, because I just didn't care about anything. I just was like falling apart.
Make sure you get the right actor to her.
What?
She wanted me to make sure I gave you the right address.
Okay.
I was already dealing with the grief of how I was going to do this, because I didn't know what to do. I was at my worst during this time. This was right when the pandemic was hit head on strong. I mean, it was all over the news not to travel, and then this happened. I didn't know what to do. I had never been through a pandemic before. I didn't know if I could even get a ticket, if I could fly. I had not heard about flying yet. I was not emotionally ready to fly yet. I know that, but sometimes when life calls.
I'm right here. Can you hear? You can hear me?
She said, can you hear her? She's right there. You're very hazy.
Oh. Sometimes it's okay to be hazy, right?
I'm trying to see if I can find a speaker.
Tell her that I love her.
I will. She said she loves you. I love you too, girl. I always will.
Oh, I always will love you too. I was thinking,
What?
I've been thinking
She said
about
she'll
you.
always love you too. Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that you were so sick. But I was.
Wait a minute.
What?
She said she didn't know you was so sick. I'm sorry. I can't move. I was in the hospital. I just got out 4 weeks, 4 days ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard, and I heard that they gave you some morphine for the pain.
She said that's what she heard. Oh, baby girl. Okay.
Yeah, I did Google asking, because I didn't know who to turn to.
Well, can you see me?
She said, can you see her? Yes.
Good.
The one thing is about my mom's death is I didn't want to get it wrong. I don't know, maybe for some reason I thought that when I was born that I did get it wrong, that, because she left me, and I was like, I'll be damned if she leaves me again and I do anything wrong. I just want her to feel everything right. I want her to feel good. I never wanted to be responsible for any of her heartbreak. But I'm sure I was responsible for a lot of heartbreak for her. It's a very complicated relationship. There were things done on both sides that I regret, she regrets, we regret. But you just have to put on your mask, and then of course another mask, and then maybe another mask on top of that. Maybe just a big old hoodie, some saran wrap. I just was wrapped up. I felt like to be protected, because the last thing that I wanted was to get sick and take it to my dying mom. And I don't know why. It's for some reason I didn't want to make her sick, even though she was already dying. So when I met her when I was just almost 18 years old, 19, and I've known her for most of my life. But she's always just disappeared, and she ran away, and this was no different. And I would have the police called and try to like track her down and find her, and I never knew where she was. And what was said is she didn't like my lifestyle, and by that she means I had made some choices that made her really unhappy. No, that all really kind of stemmed from her alcoholism and her addiction, and that was something that was passed down to me from her. So we both had a lot of resentments that were built up, and they had not been resolved up to this point. I mean, I wanted to be a child, and I wanted her to be the mother, and our relationship was just never like that. It was a switch. Like, I was the mother with her, and she was childlike. I would take care of her. I would give her money. I would buy her beer. I would even give her drugs when she would ask for them, and then everything would end in just turmoil and upsets, and it was such a deep relationship that was just so, we were like molasses stuck together when we were around each other, and then when we were separated, we were just a mess. But my mom, she was a wild child. She was an adult beauty. She was everything amazing and magnificent and beautiful when she was young. But addiction and alcoholism took away everything and shattered our relationship right up until the very, very end. Be continued. I'd like to share the entire story with you about what happened. With my mom.
She died. I cannot even handle this right now. I don't know what to do. I'm so numb. I don't know.
You don't have to do anything right this moment. Just
they're gonna take her away, and I know she's already gone. But I just feel this panicky of them taking her.
Jamie Anderson says, grief, I've learned, is just love. Grief, I've learned, is just love. All the love you want to give but can't. All unspent love gathers up in your eyes, a lump in your throat, your chest hollows. Grief is love, just without a place to go. You know, I think and the saddest part is when the person that you have so many memories with, when they become a memory. That's the saddest part.
I pulled out all of her toys. Look, she's got all these stuffed animals. Very, very loved dog.
I can't see. I see
Oh,
you.
sorry. See all these stuffed animals?
Oh, okay.
Okay, Marilyn Monroe, do you know what's going on? Marilyn Monroe? Your mommy isn't here anymore. Poppy, your new mommy?